What is up? What's up, soul family members? It's Shani with Healing Elements. Welcome to my channel. And if you are here again, I appreciate you regardless if you spent your time with me or not. But thank you. Thank you for spending your time with me. I am going to give a collective card reading for Virgo season 2021. So roughly, August 24th to about that same time in September, around the 22nd, 23rd, 24th of September. So Virgo season, happy birthday, Virgos. And by popular demand, guys, bringing back the old school, one of my favorite decks, one of my first uh, inventive, kind of creative, different type of oracle decks, the Faerytale Oracle deck by Lucy Cavendish. And the first card you guys got is the red shoes. So perhaps in your life you have a theme having to do with a absolute obsession with something that is desirable at first, but after a while it is kind of the monkey on your back type of thing. You become a slave to something that you are obsessed and or addicted to. It's a sort of a curse, but it is that love-hate type of thing where you can't stand not to look at the car wreck. There's an unhealthy attachment, basically, perhaps in your life. And what started out, again, as pleasurable has become an absolute burden and an addiction. So this card is asking you to get support in any way and just try to gain control, do some introspection, and reassert yourself. Be the sovereign in your own life. The next card, guys, is gorgeous. I just love this deck and the illustration. Illustrations, by the way, are by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And this, you got the card of the fairies, speaking to the tone of that words are immensely powerful and have the power to change lives, both in a positive and negative way. So remember to speak words of kindness, and this shall come back to you 3, 4, 5 times over. And just speaks of your nature that when you are charitable to all, your good deeds do not go unnoticed, and you do these deeds, or it's asking you, this card, to go ahead and give that kind of compassionate caregiving, and also donations and charitable experiences and services with the thought of no reward coming back to you. Sort of speaking to the thought of don't seek to get enrichment or attention or notoriety for what you do. And when we speak with our beauty, our kindness, our true self, our higher good comes out, and all around us are enriched. Like, classic metaphor, when you throw a pebble into a pond, it makes a ripple effect, and therefore those ripples travel to different borders and affect different things within the whole collective body of water. And this speaks of that. This also, the last card talks about words, and someone may need your help or assistance in an emotional way or otherwise, and not have the words to say this. So perhaps if you are in a good place, of servitude as far as helpful vibes, perhaps reach out to other people. And this one is amazing. It's one of my favorite ones. It's in Spanish and also holds a very specific meaning to me, number 33, which has been a sign in synchronicity between my sister-in-law and I after Marco passed. Rest in peace for anybody that is on the other side. And if you are missing them, this is all about wounds, deep seated wounds, and an attempt to keep these wounds to yourself. And perhaps it is a third party relationship, maybe a secret love, or the love of grieving, or just grief is love. So having loved and lost, it is okay to grieve. Just stare your fear in the face, and a solution for you lies within the place that you actually fear the most. It's when you crack those type of fears, right? When we are afraid of spiders, and we have therapy to kind of immerse ourselves and get us used to spiders. That is just an example, but we are all vulnerable, and especially in love. So remember that our wounds are deep, and we can feel such tremendous pain as if we cannot get past, but we can cure it. We can get stronger. We can step into our power through courage, through insurmountable fearless drive, and the just desire to want to be courageous, right? So this is talking about healing. You need healing, or you are healing for all of the intense emotional wounds that you have suffered. And They are not light wounds at all. And this card is just gorgeous. This is beautiful. It speaks of the fairy ointment, about gaining, sight through the veil, gaining, experiences that are what we cannot see with our two own physical eyes, but with our third eye, different, ascension levels. Maybe you are experimenting with meditation and you're getting into just incredible, new dimensions of learning how to work with spirit. Maybe you're doing energy healing. Maybe you are just coming off of some sort of miraculous type of connection, whether or not that's naturally through an out-of-body experience or, transcendental meditation, maybe even experimental with ayahuasca. However, this speaks of having it being open and that fear and that shock that comes in which you are not perhaps ready. So protect yourself around you. It just speaks of be careful what you wish for. If you are ready to go forth and learn about spirit and open those gates, just be ready for the flood to come in and know that you will be okay as long as you tread without fear, because you have the power to control what kind of vibes and experiences that you have. And this one is gorgeous. I love this card, being a Pisces. And speaking of the laws of karma and everything that is going on right now, it is regarding promises, promises kept, promises broken, an inherited sadness or some sort of family, generational curse and or pattern, this type of dysfunctional or mad type of setting, any kind of pattern that has been kind of quote unquote promised to you in your cells or whatnot, or just inherited by patterns of behavior that you have emulated, right? This card comes to you to let you know these patterns can be cleared for good. Just action and trial and error, and also diligence on your part, keeping our word to the cause, to keep the promise of breaking patterns that do not do anything but harm, is what your job is. If you receive this card, it is telling you that you are prepared for anything. So if you need to make a sacrifice in order to pay, let's say, a karmic family debt, so to speak, or just get rid of some of the behavioral patterns, addictions, you know, um, dysfunctional type of themes that go hand in hand with your family, just choose what you can give up and what you absolutely will not give up, to honor this need to break these kind of things. Changing your fate is everything. Surviving your destiny is absolutely something that you can do, guys. And this right here, I got a couple of dice at the Dollar Tree and they're just different, shapes. So number 50 is your number, guys. Blessings, love, and light.